Okay, so spotlight is on you. Obviously, everything is great. Everyone in the company knows this is the star. We're putting the rocket on this chick's back, and this is the thing that we're doing. Great, great, great. Then you start. How long did it take until like party mode really started to kind of kick in for you?
Okay, yeah. So I would say like within a year of that, actually, because like I hadn't really like got a lot of friends still at that point in Florida, and then I move into like this other apartment, and then there's like a neighbor, Michelle, who I started talking to, and then she introduced me to friends, and then I get introduced to like, then I start making more friends in like FCW. There's more girls that are coming in, and they're just like, we're gonna go out. So I was like, okay, I'll go out with you,
Mm-hmm.
And then you just make more friends, and then like eventually like, I had like this ex-boyfriend that I ended up becoming friends with his friends, and then I ended up being friends with him after, that relationship. And so like it just like kind of started the ball rolling like right there, dude. Like once you just start meeting people, and it's just the wrong group of people too. It's always like that. But I never really had a childhood or a teenagehood because like I was constantly wrestling and trying to get to WWE, and I wasn't partying or anything like that. And also like the drinking age in England is 18, and I just turned 18 and then was just moving to a different country anyway. So yeah, I say I didn't drink. I was drinking in England at 14, dude. But this is being real. They do not give a
Yeah.
So
definitely. I hear you.
It's like Canada, too.
Yeah. Oh, I would. Yeah, drinking like Mike's Hard Lemonades up at my cottage, making like a Kahlua and whatever, like a Caesar.
We were the shit, dude.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh yeah.
We're getting a good old cider down the park.
God, I love a cider.
Not the cider we used to drink. They're battery acid. But yeah, like so this drinking started there, and then my friends, like the wrong friends, were just like we started hanging around with like this guy that kind of like dealt coke and shit like that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we constantly have some on him.
Yeah.
And so like when we're playing, at first it was just like, I just want to sober up so I can keep drinking. You know what I mean? So you take like a bump and a bump here and stuff like that. And I would get so paranoid. I remember this one time, dude, there was just like a bunch of us, and there was just coke on the table, and I was just like, I didn't know this one girl, and I was so paranoid because I didn't want anyone to take pictures of me and stuff like that. And I'm just like, and I was saying to like my friend Joey, because Joey and Raquel, they're my friends, right? They're part of the documentary too, and they were the ones that was always trying to deter me away from that and stuff like that. And I was like, you leave me the alone. But and Joey would do it with me sometimes. Joey, don't act like you're an angel, right?
Joey, the buzz is coming. You're going under it, babe.
Joey, he's the reason I got these tattoos. You, Joey, I love you, but you. This is a mistake. But yeah, we like I just remember being like super paranoid and looking at this girl, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this girl? Who the fuck is this girl? And I'm like, I just remember my eyes being really wide, and like I was constantly chewing my lips and stuff like that, and I was sweating, and I'm just like, no, this girl's got to go. This girl's got to go like that. And I was just like losing it. So this poor girl who was just like chilling, doesn't know who the I am. She's just like, I'm like, what? Like, I'm just like, she come up from like Fort Lauderdale or something like that. Like someone's girlfriend. And I was like, she needs to get the over. So she ends up getting the boot so I can continue doing my drugs, And then you get in like a relationship with not, like the best influence of all time, and just like not the healthiest situation to be in.
Yeah.
And then they're addicted to cocaine too. So it was just like a whole spiral, dude. I can't imagine now. It's fucking
Were you like
gross.
aware of the spiral that you were in when it was happening? Not at all.
No, not at all, because I just thought like I was having a good time and I was partying. I deserved to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like even on the road, like I would party. Well, I would ask you to go for drinks and shit like that, but I would constantly want to go out.
Yeah.
Like, and then as soon as I got home, I would want to go out and party because I just felt like I was working all the time and that I deserved to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Because we worked a lot. I remember
course.
being so exhausted, I was falling asleep in the makeup chair, and they were like holding my head up, because I was worked a lot. So anytime I could, I was like, I need to go get a drink. I need to go do this. So, and then, me and Foxy too, like she had her drinking issues and stuff like that. And me and her together isn't like the best, I'm glad she's sober now though.
Totally.
Like, it's awesome when you can do that. And, because it's a struggle.
Certainly.
It's a really big struggle to like stop doing it. But but yeah, like we would constantly go out, and then we end up in TMZ because we got in this bar fight. It was a whole
God, I forgot about that. I mean, you were kind of in the news a lot with things like that.
It was awful. It was just like I just thought at the time, just like, and I'm like, that's not cool, dude. Like I thought I was just living like, you know, I'm like the rock star of WWE. You know, like I felt cool, but like it's not cool at all. It is not cool, and I'm so embarrassed by it. Like I'll look back on Total Divas, dude, and I'm like, I wish I didn't do half the stuff I did on Total Divas. Like, I wish I didn't like party as much. I wish I didn't do, but you know.
That was that time though. It really was that, and also like, in that moment, you're like booked and busy with all the things with WWE. Then you're like this reality television star. You've got cameras on you all the time. Like, no one's telling you no. Yeah. Because they want the good footage. They want it to be entertaining. They want all those things. But also, like, everyone's trying to keep you happy.
Full of alcohol too, dude.
Oh my God! Here's some champagne. Who wants some champagne?
Yeah. Get some more to the pull page and have a drink and stuff like that. Like, and like I would have a whiskey, dude, because like it would just be a splash of Coke, you know.
You and that whiskey,
dude. Oh my God, absolute nightmare. But
so what? Like from a work standpoint. How is your work starting to suffer from all that stuff?
So I was getting lazier in the ring, I felt like, because I was constantly just like tired, and like I just felt like the storylines I was in wasn't really going anywhere anyway, and then you'd be put on just like main event or something like that. So I just like, and I remember them pulling me aside at one point, and they were just like, you're not being you. You need to step it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you're not showing me what you can do out there. You're just doing the same thing. And I was doing the same matches. You started to
disengage a lot, too. Like, you could see that you were a very social person. And there's times that I'm like, oh, what's happening right now? You were, like, not that.
Yeah, I was just like, I wasn't cool to be around, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, you have a good time, and then like, I don't know, just me, like outside of drinking and stuff like that. Yeah. At that time, I wasn't fun to be around. Yeah. Like, and is what it is. But yeah, I still, back then I didn't realize, I just thought, oh, they're just being like hard on me for no reason, you know what I mean?
Right,
I was just like, I couldn't like.
Everyone lighten up.
Blame myself for a second to be like, Raya, like, chill out for a second. I'm just like, I just don't get it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy, like, whatever, you know.
And so what is the timeline of you being in that kind of spiral, and then all the videos and photos come out?
Yeah. I think it was 2016 or 2015 the videos came out.
Where were you when you realized that happened?
I was in San Antonio.
Okay.
And it was just the most awful moment of my life.
How did someone text you first, or you like saw it? Like, what happened?
No, so the person that I was with at the time showed me a picture on Twitter, and then I was just like, oh my God. And I like literally was just like, oh, and I was like, is that real? Like, I couldn't believe it was real at first, because I was like 19, dude, like, you know. Yeah. And I was like completely mortified, and I ran out the house. I like ran, and I just kept running, dude. And I remember getting to like a
that makes me like, it's so sad. It's like, it's scary. You're terrified,
dude. Awful. And I remember I was like inside a bush outside of Walmart, and I'll always remember this. I was literally just sitting in this bush, because I was just like, if people recognize me, they're gonna know. And I'm just like, I never wish that upon anyone, because that's the most vulnerable part of you, is just like on the internet. And I was like, I felt so stupid to have trusted this person, you know what I mean, at the time. Like, I felt like, oh my God, like, I mean, I've never done it since. Like, that was a lesson I learned. Sure. But like, and I'll never be catch dead doing anything like that again. But like, I felt so stupid, and I felt so embarrassed, and I was already like a cokehead at this time, and loved to drink and shit like that. So I was like feeling like, and that really got me at rock bottom, where I just like I didn't want to be alive anymore, dude. It was awful. I just was so sad. And I remember being like, if my dad is disappointed with me, I don't think I could be here anymore. Mm-hmm. It got to that point. And I was like inside this bush, and I just like remember being like, okay, I'm going to try and call my dad right now. And like, I was just like crying my eyes out, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was just like, I'm so sorry. And then my dad was like, what are you sorry for? Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know. I just don't want to disappoint you. Who's just like, are you kidding me? He was just like, that shit made Kim Kardashian famous, and he tried to like make a joke. And I was like, what? And he was just like, who cares? You had sex. Everyone's done it. Unfortunately, you're just in the public eye, right? Yeah. So he was just like, it is what it is. He was just like, you got to suck it up. It's going to hurt for a little bit. People are going to make fun of you forever. Yeah. He was like, but I just want you to know that I'm still proud of you, and I'm not disappointed, right? So he instantly changed, you know, the way I was feeling, because I was very down, dude. Like, it was bad. Like, I was like ready to end it all. Like, it was just the most mortifying experience. Then I called my brother Roy, who was kind of like a second dad to me too, and they all kind of had the same reaction. So I'm like, okay, well, if my family are okay with me, like, I'll be okay, right? And then, like, you know, I was bullied relentlessly on the fucking internet. Like, I just, like, they still to this day do it. But at this point, you're just like, are you still making jokes about it, dude? You're a fucking loser.
Guys,
at this point, you're a
on.
creep, dude.
Yeah,
like, it's
go find a new one. Get out of here.
Right. And I'm just like, people aren't laughing with you anymore. They're laughing, like, at you. You know what I mean? And then I was like, WWE called me, too. I spoke on the phone with Mark Carano. I was like, I'm going to lose my fucking job. Like, this is it, too. And then they called me, and they were just like, listen. They were like, it's not your fault. Yeah. It's not your fault. And, like, you know, and we're just... that's why I will never talk shit about them. At least publicly, you know what I mean? I never talk shit
but in
about
the
them.
group chat.
Yeah. In the group chat, you're in trouble. But, yeah, like, they were just so supportive. And they were just like, we'll get through it. And, like, we'll try and get as much off the internet as possible, which as soon as it's on there's no way you can get it off. Like, people have screenshot it, screen recorded it.
That spreads like wildfire,
It's everywhere. The only thing I don't like about it, and it's like annoying that I'm even like, I'm even going to bring it up, but I hate that they send it to my family all the time to get at them. Yeah. That's what they'll do at this point. Even to my boyfriend, like he'll get it sent to him because there's just fans that just don't want to see me or him or whatever happy or, you know, and they'll send it to anyone that's close to me being like, this is your girlfriend or this is your daughter and shit like that. And I'm just like, who cares? Do what you're virgin, bro. Like, like it happens.
Get out of here.
Yeah. But, so at this point, I'm just like, get the of it. But yeah, at that point, it was not like that. And I got bullied relentlessly and it was just awful. And then the bullying was started to getting me be crazy to the point, you know, I started like, I was cutting myself. Dude, I never thought I'd be a cutter, right? But I did. And it's awful, and I wish I hadn't done it because it's not fun. It's not.
That was just because you were like depressed and like needed.
It's weird how you feel. I was like, I don't understand how people can do that, right? Yeah. But like once you get to that point, like nothing like that, you're just not thinking clearly at all.
I think there was also just like all of the layers that we just spoke about too. Yeah. That it's like all of those things and leading up to that.
And then since I was at rock bottom too. Talking about rock bottom, like the movie the production was gonna get put on hold because they just didn't know what the was gonna happen to me. They thought I was like gonna spiral so much I was gonna die, dude. Yeah. And luckily I just like kind of woke up one day because I like it's really weird and quick how this happens, you know. But like I was in the grocery store and I was getting more liquor, you know. This little girl comes running up to me and just being like, Paige, oh my God, it's Paige, you know. And then I was just like, hey, and I looked just awful. But she didn't think I looked awful. She just think I was this Wonder Woman that she saw on TV that she doesn't have any idea what's happening to the internet because back then TikTok wasn't around. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I'm sure if TikTok was around then, there'd be numerous viral videos on me back then. But yeah, she just looked at me like I was this like just superhuman dude, and I just remember feeling like I was letting her down and I was letting myself down because I was just like, I need to tell that story where you can overcome dumb shit like this. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it just like, she motivated me. And I just like, I remember her mom looking at me like I looked like just awful. And she was just like, even the mom was just like, maybe we shouldn't get a picture, but like, thank you so much, you know, and just like kind of like led her away. But yeah, I remember just being like, all right, it was literally like a movie. You're just like, I just can't do this anymore.